Erin Molan, unleashed in Parliament, a speech Australians needed to hear. Okay, let's talk about hate speech, shall we? Shall we? Let's talk about hate speech, Erin Molan, the daughter of Flog Molan. Jim the Flog. Yeah, I'm a little bit triggered by your hate speech. You actually made a hate speech that you say you didn't write, and I'm not reading while you keep looking down at your little piece of paper on the pulpit at your key points and your little PowerPoints and keynotes. Some of us have got eyes to see, we can see you doing it. I have a response to you, Erin Molan. Just in case you have been living under a rock for the past 2,000 years, give or take a few, Julius Caesar, Pope Gregory XIII calendar changes, the biblical Israel is not the nation states of Israel. The biblical Jews are not the United States of Israel. But from the Gaza Strip to Iran is the biblical Philistines, and we are being manipulated by fools like you to put boots on the ground with manufactured consent by bastardising Christ into a religion. When the world's only perfect man was nailed to a pole 300 years before crucifixions were invented in Greece, the Romans and Jewish Pharisees nailed the law to that very same pole and then took everything good that man from Nazareth stood for and turned it into a custard called Roman Catholicism. I am insulted to the core that you, Erin Molan, have even put Kabbalah, Quran, Talmudic diatribe in the same sentence as Christian. Any real Christian with a spine worth their salt knows you are doing nothing but blaming the fires of hate, and it is you who needs to have a good hard look at yourself in the mirror, not the Christians, nor the aforementioned religions that you stuck in the same sentence. You made sure we remembered those hit points, didn't you, love? You are clearly reading it. You're reading hit points, PowerPoints from a piece of paper. We do have eyes to see, you know, idiot. This whole load of garbage has nothing to do with faith nor religion. It is about war and social engineering. Yahuwah, Christ, his name wasn't Jesus. There are no vowels in the Hebrew language. Never came to install religion, nor to create division. He came to stop religion in its tracks, to prevent exactly what you and your little Zionist mates are doing now. How dare you, you sneaky little Zionist Jew, the 13th spiteful and jealous tribe of Abraham, who didn't get everything in his inheritance. He didn't like having to share it with his 12 brothers. You clearly have absolutely no clue what you were talking about. But you know what you're doing. Tell us again how you are all about peace while spitting in the face of all people of faith from all religious beliefs and all who actually comprehend as well as understand the difference between religion, faith, culture and ethnicity, and also know blatant gaslighting when we see it and hear it. Your words are poison. Matthew chapter 15, 16 through 20. And he said, the Lord, are you also still without understanding? Do you not see that whatever goes into your mouth passes into the stomach and expels? This is talking about when the Pharisees were all up in arms because the disciples didn't wash their hands before they ate. They completely misunderstood the law. But what comes out of the mouth proceeds from the heart, and this defiles a person. For out of the heart comes evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, and slander. These are what defiles a person, but to eat with unwashed hands does not defile anyone. Matthew 16, 11 through 12. How is it that you fail to understand that I did not speak about bread? Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. Then they, the disciples, and all that he was teaching, understood that he did not tell them to beware of the leaven of the bread, but of the teaching of the Pharisees and Sadducees. So who are you in that story, Erin Molan? I would say that you are one of the Sadducees. You're a seductress with your spiteful words of hate. I will let you in on a little secret. Our entire law system in the Commonwealth is derived from the Ten Commandments and the Golden Rule. The Ten Commandments is what Christ turned 316 laws into so that we can all follow the law without confusion. Thou shalt not bear false witness, Erin Molan. And what are you doing? You're standing up telling lies. You are making up things that simply are not true. You are talking in spiteful ways to play people against one another. Now, when people go on about Muslim being so bad, I don't think they know what Muslim is. And I'm a Christian, as you can clearly see. I don't need my little piece of idolatry round my neck to prove it. When I wear that, that is a statement that I bear and carry my cross as a millstone around my neck for all my transgressions, my sins, which there are plenty of. But your words and the claims of people, gronks like Scott Challen, do not line up with the teachings and the words and the actions, by their fruit you shall know them, of good men like Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Gandhi, Dr. Martin Luther King. Perhaps you need to go and read some books, Erin Molan, before you end up to your neck in it. Before we end up Islam, actual radicalised Islam, the actual people that have had their religion bastardised, their faith bastardised into a religion. Christianity isn't a religion, lady, you silly girl. Any real Christian worth their salt knows Christ came to put an end to religion, to stop what's this shit that's going on now. There are not many good men left in Sodom nor Gomorrah. Surely you can see that from the top of your Tower of Babylon. Can you not? People, stop letting clowns like this get under your skin to create arguments between you and someone you don't even know. It's a bit rich, don't you think, to use terrible incidents like this, terrible acts of violence, murder. By the way, people, the good book does not say thou shalt not kill. That was changed as bastardised by Roman Catholicism. The very people that nailed that man to the pole took his teachings and built a religion out of it. It says, thou shalt not do murder. So we do have the right to defend ourselves. If you understood scriptures and comprehended language, you would know this. So it's a bit rich, don't you think, to use things like this, to take our right to defend ourselves, our right to procure protein for the table, to feed our families, away from us, manufacture wars, and then send innocent men and women off into other countries to murder innocent men and women and call it defence? I think someone's got shit twisted here. And it ain't me. It ain't us. We know what you're up to. And we know you're manufacturing at end times and fucking around with people's hearts and their minds, twisting them up to make them think the world's going to come to an end. With your perfect two red heifers that no one's ever seen. With your three-eye atlas fucking alien fucking rock that doesn't exist. Has anyone seen it? I believe nothing of what I hear and half of what I see, and when I see it I question it. Why? It's called discernment and free will to think for ourselves, to speak for ourselves. This is not freedom of speech. This is. And if you was here, I'd say exactly these words to your face. Not to be angry, not to be spiteful, to teach you a lesson. You don't dictate to us from your ivory tower and your silver spoon in your mouth. Who do you think you are? You work for us, or you piss off. Governor General, get these people out of what's supposed to be our parliament. In your foreign territory. A foreign territory in a nation of states. Just like the Vatican. A foreign territory. In the middle of the capital of Rome. In the middle of Italy. A foreign nation within a nation. Yeah, that's why Canberra is a territory. That's why the Northern Territory is a territory. Who do you think owns the Northern Territory? We can't go into Pine Gap, can we? Not even the Australian soldiers are allowed into Pine Gap. Not really. Only for security on the top. Was it 13 levels down? What's down there? Who owns the docks and wharves in Darwin? Geez, that'd be China. Hey people, wake up. We can't do anything about China. We will sink economically, even though we're on the way down the gurgler now. We can't do anything to detach from the United States. Why? Pine Gap. We are joined at the hip militarily. Can you not see we are the next Ukraine? It's an ethnic cleansing. It's an ethnic cleansing of Australia and the Philistines. Why? We are riddled with rare earth minerals. We are riddled with coal, oil, and untapped, untouched land. There are already plans that I have seen where they dig a few channels into inland Australia. And it will green up the entire mainland and turn it into agricultural land. Rich, virgin land. Yeah, I know what you're up to. I've known what you're up to ever since my grandfather taught me about your fraudulent constitution and your Lima Agreement to destroy industry in this country, to make us poor and powerless, so we have to depend on the belligerent government run by the fucking Muppet Show. that's not even lawful, it's not even loyal nor honourable to this nation of states. To this colony that had nothing more than boundaries at one time. But you manufactured borders, didn't you? So you could manufacture individual state law. Here's another one, people. The 1901 Constitution was never enacted at Federation. So the 1973 Constitution is a load of shit too. Erin Molan, you're a disgrace. And so was your father.